President Obama met with Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas at the White House today. The deadline is quickly coming up for the latest round of diplomatic talks between Palestinians and Israelis, though little progress has been made. RT Arabic correspondent Reema Hamdieh reports.
In another attempt to ensure that the negotiations between the Palestinians and the Israelis are on track, President Barack Obama met with the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas at the White House. In the meeting, which comes weeks before the April deadline to complete a so-called framework for peace between the two parties, Obama warned that the road ahead would be challenging, but it's time for both parties to face the difficult decision.
But we remain convinced that there is an opportunity, and I think everybody understands the outlines of what a peace deal would look like, involving a territorial compromise on both sides based on 67 lines with mutually agreed upon swaps that would ensure that Israel was secure, but would also ensure that the Palestinians have a sovereign state in which they can achieve the aspirations that they've held for so long.
Abbas, was making the case for a Palestinian state, said that there is no time to waste given the situation in the Middle East.
Since 1988 and into 1993, we have been extending our hands to our Israeli neighbors so that we can reach a fair and lasting peace to this problem. Since 1988, we have recognized international legitimacy resolutions, and this was a very courageous step on the part of the Palestinian leadership. And in 1993, we recognized the State of Israel.
But while the White House is trying to have both parties reach an agreement before the April 29th deadline, the situation remains difficult. Israel continues to demand the Palestinians to accept Israel as a Jewish state, which Kerry declared during a congressional hearing as a mistake for some people to be raising it again and again as a critical decider of their attitude toward the possibility of a state and peace. Further complicating the problem are the continued Israeli settlement activities in the West Bank and Jerusalem, disputes over whether Israel would agree to the Palestinian demand that Jerusalem be a shared capital, and questions over the right of return of refugees. This meeting comes less than 2 weeks after Obama met with the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House, in which Netanyahu blamed the Palestinians for failing to reach a deal. It still remains unclear whether it managed to convince the Palestinian leader to offer more concessions in order to achieve peace. The meeting comes at a time when Obama has to face a pending crisis in Ukraine, Syria, a diplomatic standoff with Iran, only, analysts say, to add an old yet renewed political impasse to the list. A clinically dead peace process that requires, experts say, an American position that pressures both parties to achieve a comprehensive deal rather than financial support that barely keeps the wheel running in the Palestinian territories, and diplomatic and financial support to Israel that puts the country in a position not to offer any concessions.
That was RT Arabic correspondent Reema Hamdieh.